Okay, and once again, it's Bob Frizzell for the Reality Game, and we're going to talk a little bit about the vampire layer. What is the vampire layer? It is a disgusting layer of horrible, 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 horrible energies. And the way you know about this is if you've been psychedelic exploration kind of person, and you've felt it. It is a horrible thing. And you don't know what it is, and a lot of times you can blast through it on your psychedelic journeys, but it's there. And it is related primarily to Archon. What are Archons? Archons are extraterrestrials with a negative agenda, enslavement of the human race. These ones have been around with planet Earth for a hell of a long time. And that is why human history is as horrible as it's been. Endless wars, endless discriminations, endless divisions of people, so that the Archons can be fed negative chi energy. Negative chi. It's disgusting. But if you think about wars and the massive killings, these Archons feed on horror. Absolute horror. If you remember the latest Stephen King movie, I can't think of it right now, it's going to be like that. It is generously not a pleasant experience. So if you hear about these stories about Archons, they're not only true, they are in our world. So what are we going to do about them? We have to change the Archons. They have to connect to Source. They refuse to connect to Source, and that is why they have been around for so long. They choose to be horrible nightmare things. These are the ones that the ancient kahunas of Hawaii have had to battle over the centuries. These are the most horrible, despicable creatures that you could ever imagine. If you want to really understand Archons, you have to go back and look it up. I cannot insist on you figuring out why I keep talking about them, because I am under constant attack by Archons, and so are a lot of other people that we consider to be spiritual people. It makes people like me sick, physically sick. These kind of spiritual attacks are known as psychic attacks, and they are directed at people who are trying to build a better world. What is the purpose of our better world? It is simply getting hard work done. That is, you and I and everyone who wants to see change for future generations, we have to understand who our enemy is. Now, focusing on negativity is not really the way that you have to deal with these people. You have to insist that you keep your vibration high. Peace, basically, while you're under attack. How do you do that? It is not easy. Mostly it is through deep meditation while you're under attack. And what else are we going to do about Archons? We have to insist they connect to Source. What does this mean, connecting to Source? You connect to Source when you meditate. When you disengage your ego and you simply be the observer, the silent witness of what's going on. That keeps your vibration high, and it is the best defense against horrible nightmare Archons. If you or anyone else is under psychic attack, how are you going to get relief? You have to do it yourself. You have to do the deep meditations, and you have to understand that the Archons are insufferably hard to convert. They play games. They're experts. They've been doing this for thousands of years. So you can't trust them. How do you know when an Archon has decided to go and connect to Source? Mostly you know because that's the end of the psychic attacks. Beastly things that they are hardy, macarenas, generosities, and flabbergastic. What does that mean? It means whatever they're doing, you and yourself are Mary had a little lammy for them. You are their targets. Why do I use such weird words? It's because incident report after incident report of all of the things that they do go down the toilet, because there is no one else but us here on planet Earth who can do it, because galactic rules say that people from other star systems cannot interfere with planet Earth. Why? Because we are under quarantine from them. They don't want to help us because they consider us basically allied with Archons because we've been enslaved by them. So they will give us various teachings via things like channeling, but they will not step in to help us because they don't trust us. So we're basically by ourselves. It doesn't sound easy to get rid of the Archons other than all of us holding our vibration of peace. That's a very high vibration. That's 600 on the scale of human consciousness. We have to do it. How do we do it? Meditate, 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 meditate. Remember that all the reports of everything that comes on the news that is just disgusting, horrible, horrible. It keeps us aware of it, but we have to still meditate and focus on peace. I'm Bob Frizzell for the Reality Beat.